Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Everyday Jew, your fun and flirty guide to Judaism in 10 minutes or less. Seeing as this is the first official Jewish lesson of Everyday Jew, I thought I'd kind of start at the beginning. You know, maybe with the Aleph Bet, or the alphabet. So for this week's lesson, I'm going to teach you guys the Hebrew alphabet, the consonants and the vowels, as well as some little phrases and things like that. So first things first, you'll notice that the Hebrew alphabet actually differs pretty much in every way from the English alphabet, due to the fact that instead of reading from left to right, Hebrews read from right to left. Also, in the Hebrew alphabet, there are 22 consonants. There aren't really capitalized letters, and the vowels are add-ons to the consonants versus being their own letters themselves. Now, there are multiple different variations of the Hebrew alphabet. I'm going to go through the one that I know. Also, I'm going to put a link to one of my favorite versions of the Hebrew alphabet song, which was actually done by Shalom Sesame, which I will be getting into in a later date episode. So first things first, let's start off at the beginning. The Hebrew alphabet goes as follows: Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ayin, He, Sadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Tov. So it's pretty different than the English alphabet. For example, you have a Z sound kind of towards the beginning when you would think it would actually be towards the end. So in the Hebrew alphabet, there are 9 vowels. Again, this is from my teachings and the things that I have found through looking back. So the 9 vowels that the Hebrew alphabet uses are Shuri, Dayo, Segol, Patach, Kamat, Holam Hasir, Lame, Shuruk, and Kibbutz. So as you guys can see, instead of a vowel like in the English language where it's an entire letter, these are actually add-ons to the consonants in the Hebrew language. What's very interesting about the Hebrew language is that the different variations and dialects of Hebrew and the differences between Hebrew and Yiddish and the vowels and consonants and all the different combinations, I could actually spend hours upon hours teaching. There are people who have entire degrees in theology and linguistics purely based on Hebrew, so I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to show you what the basics are. Now, because in Everyday Jew, I do say a fun and flirty guide to Judaism, I thought I'd teach you guys some great little bar lines and great ways to be able to have some type of conversation with someone in Hebrew. So first things first, when you greet someone, you say Shalom. Now, like a lot of languages, when you say something to a man and to a woman, you do have to say it with a different verbiage. So in Hebrew, that's no different. For example, if you wanted to say how are you to a man, you say Ma Shalomah. And if you're just saying it to a woman, you say Ma Shalomeh. So it's a different pronunciation and emphasis on different letters. And to say fine, thanks, you'd say Tov or Toda, Vita or Atem to the end of that. If you wanted to ask what is your name, you could say Ma Sheki Ma. If you want to say what your name is, for example, my name is probably different in Hebrew, but if I want to say my name's Nicole, I'd say Shemay Nicole. If you wanted to say you're welcome to someone, you would say Bev Echasha. Again, my Hebrew is pretty rusty, so I am going to put a link in the description bar below to a great website that has auditory and useful sayings in Hebrew that is both spelled out phonetically and has audio cues. So I hope this lesson didn't seem too scary. The Hebrew language is something that really is an entirely vast subject that I could literally spend this entire series doing multiple 20 to 40 minute sessions about the Hebrew language and go in and talk with rabbis and things like that to properly teach you the Hebrew language. But I think I gave you a nice little clue about what the Hebrew language looks like at least, which is kind of the point of this web series. Now, if you see that little Adom or red button down there, don't forget to subscribe to Everyday Jew. Then you can always give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, wherever. And you can find Everyday Jew both on Facebook and Twitter as well, with the links in the description bar below. Now, thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys next Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.